This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Welcome and thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show produced by Genesis Communication Network. I'm very excited to bring to you a very, very special expert today who has helped many people. His name is Alex Theis. Alex, did I pronounce your last name correctly here?
You did.
I did.
Got it perfectly, yep.
Oh, well, welcome. And
thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and being on the show today. I'm just so excited because you've just released a book, and so I said I need to get a hold of you and get this interview scheduled, and the name of the book is Limitless Leadership. And I want to tell the audience a little bit about you, and then you can talk a little bit more about your background, and then we'll just have a nice, great conversation and enjoy these moments with you and take in as much information as you can share with us here.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. It's great to be here today.
Yeah, awesome. And Alex has been helping people see that they're limitless for the last 25 years. He makes his living as a sales trainer, customer retention expert and consultant, and speaker. He's the host of the internationally downloaded Limitless podcast, found on iTunes, Stitcher, and podcastlimitless.com. I know he is very, very skilled and talented, and his delivery is excellent. Everyone can understand him because I've had the pleasure of personally being trained by Alex himself here in sunny Minnesota not too long ago. So, Alex, tell us a little bit more. How did you get into this field? And I know you're a family man. You are married, and you have 3 beautiful children. And you live in Utah, correct?
I actually live in San Diego, California.
San Diego. Hey, guess what? I'm flying out there tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes, for an Argentine tango festival, really. And so, I don't know why I thought you were in Utah for some reason. Maybe you were traveling there one time when I was trying to get a hold of you. Who knows?
You know, we have an office in Utah, and so I do go there quite frequently.
Ah, that's what it is. So tell me, how did you get started in this field?
Like a lot of people, I think when it happens, it feels like it happened by accident. But when you look back, you see it was meant to be. And I think I want to encourage all your listeners that ideas are wonderful, but action is what really makes things happen. And when I look back, it was just decisions and action that led me to a career in speaking and training and sales and really having an affinity for people who think differently. And that's what led me to create my podcast as well, called Limitless. There's a lot of people out there like yourself, Naseema, who just see things a little differently, and they don't think that the normal life that we're supposed to live, which is go to school, get good grades, go to college, you better get a good job, you better make sure you get, money for retirement. That's a beautiful model for a lot of people. But for people like you and me, Naseema, for thousands, if not millions of people out there, they think there's more, and they really want to tap into what I think is the greatest wealth in the world, which is discretionary time, which might mean working a lot and people choosing how they spend their time. So I got into this about 20 years ago as a shy introvert with low confidence and low self-esteem, and I got into the right profession that taught me mentorship. Being mentored is super valuable, super important, and will create super profound results. And then also personal development, making sure that you invest in yourself every single day to grow your leadership, to grow wherever you're at. I mean, it could be being a better parent, being a better friend, being a better son or daughter or spouse, being a better coworker, being a better boss, that every day was about growing, learning from other people, investing in yourself, investing in other people, and really how you look at the world. So, again, going from a shy, introverted, would never even speak up in a meeting or on stage to someone who really enjoys being on stage and helping people, from someone who was definitely afraid of sales to now running sales organizations that produce millions upon millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. I look back, Naseema, it's a great question. How did I get into it? It feels like it was an accident. I was desperate for a job at one point, and a friend of mine who trusted me and knew I could deliver said, come work with us, and we're a new organization. We'll think you'll like it. But as I look back, everything just kind of was meant to be, it feels like.
Oh, wow. See, I'd never have known that you had a shy side unless, if you hadn't shared with us. And because you are just so inspirational, motivational, and, you deliver in different ways that the information sticks with you. And I was so excited to see a book available on Amazon, and I have ordered it just a couple of days ago, but I haven't received it yet. Limitless Leadership. I love the title. And how did you come up with that title? And there's like many tips that you give in there. What does rewire your limiting beliefs mean? Things like that.
Sure. So Limitless Leadership actually came from my podcast, which my podcast airs on iTunes. I record it ahead of time, and then it goes up on iTunes, so it can be downloaded anytime. And right now, I think it just today released episode 317. So the podcast is 2 years old. There's over 300 episodes, but the podcast is called Limitless. And my most popular series has always been around leadership and helping people be a better leader. And my view of leadership that I learned a long time ago, I used to think leadership was pie in the sky, something that was very hard to achieve, and leaders had something that the rest of us didn't have. And then I had a great mentor who just told me anyone can lead, and it starts by taking very small steps and leading wherever you can. And so the leadership series on my podcast, I believe, resonate with a lot of people, because it's not just being a CEO, it's being the CEO of your life. It's being in control of what you can control. It's being able to respond to challenges. And so I took these lessons from my podcast. My podcast is about 15 minutes, so very easy to listen to, whether you're in the car or going for a walk or on the treadmill or just anywhere. You can listen to it in 15 minutes.
I like that because, when it's super long, I know me for one, finds it difficult to just sit for hours, but 15 minutes anyone can do. So I'm looking forward to listening to your podcast. I have not listened to a podcast yet. And it's called Limitless, right? Limitless.
It's called Limitless. And if you just go to iTunes, if you have an iPhone or any kind of iTunes on any of your devices, you can find it just by looking for my name or looking for Limitless in the podcast section, or you can just go to my podcast website where I host all of them as well, called podcastlimitless.com. And so I took those leadership lessons, and so Limitless Leadership is the name of the book, 25 Ways to be a Leader in Any Situation. So again, whether you run the parent-teacher organization at your children's school, or you just want to be a leader in your church or community or some organization, or just be a better spouse, that's leadership. When you set the example, that is leadership. And I just want to touch on what you talked about, Naseema, about the shortness of it, the length, the span of my podcast, about 15 minutes or less. I found the same thing. It's really hard for me to listen to something long. But what I've found with my podcast is people, because it's recorded and available, people will download 10 or 12 episodes at a time, and then they just listen at their leisure. And they might listen to 5 in a row, where you and I wouldn't want to sit for an hour to listen to something, but people do it because it's in shorter chunks, like reading small chapters. So my book, same thing, very short chapters. You can read it end to end, or you can just pick a chapter like Rewiring Your Limiting Beliefs, where I go in and give you an exercise to actually help you. People try to get you to eliminate limiting beliefs. I believe we all have them. A limiting belief is something that sits in the back of your mind, your subconscious mind, that you were conditioned into. For example, a very common one is that I will never be rich. I will never be wealthy. Like, if you grew up, you may have had parents that said, people like us, we don't have nice cars. We'll never have the big house. We don't live that lavish life. So that may seem in your mind like unattainable. So your mind actually thinks it's protecting you by creating these limiting beliefs, because that's your subconscious only job, is to protect you. It's its biggest job. So it's protecting you by saying, well, Alex, we don't want those things. We can't get them. If we try, we're going to be hurt. We don't want that. But the subconscious mind loves to be wired and rewired. For example, if I took you to another planet, Naseema, for the next 30 years, and you never drove a car for the next 30 years, but then I handed you keys and gave you a car in front of you, you'd still know exactly what to do. You'd know where to put the key. You'd know how to drive the car. Why? Because your mind has been wired that way through repetition and conditioning. I find our thoughts are the same way. So I give a really simple exercise that's worked for me. And again, I don't teach anything or train anything that I haven't used myself and got results. But this exercise literally changed my life. I would not have a podcast. I would not have written 2 books. I would not be sitting here today without following these exercises to rewire my limiting beliefs and get my belief system internally and my self-talk working for me instead of against me.
Wow, it's very inspiring, very inspiring. And, like you explained, you can carry these principles or lessons, as you may, in any aspect of your life, not just business, but in your personal life, in your children's life, in your family life, in your church life, community life, whatever social situations you may come across, or even on your own personal enrichment level. So, Alex, what should we talk about next? What would you like to talk about next? Do you want to go over each tip over here a little bit more, or how about, learn to say no, for example, your tip number 8, or do we go in sequence? How would you like this to proceed?
The book was written in a way that you could literally jump to any chapter or any tip and go right into it, or you could read it cover to cover. But a lot of people, I think, are like me, and they don't want to read cover to cover, so they'll jump to what interests them. So I'd say if you see something that interests you, I'd love to talk about it a little more.
Yeah, my eyes just tuned into. I have this typed up tips that you sent to me because, as you know, I'm waiting for my book to come. Stay tuned. We will be back and learn more about tip number 8. Learn to say no. Thank you.
How confident are you in your food storage? If it was all you had to rely on, would it sustain your family? Hard times, good times, or any time, New Manna Storable Food is the proven superior choice. Learn for yourself what happened when one man ate only New Manna Storable Food for an entire month. Online at PowerPrepper.com. That's PowerPrepper.com. Experience the New Manna difference.
American made food stores I love to eat. Yum!
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-959-5759. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-959-5759. That's 1-800-959-5759. 1-800-959-5759.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Why be held hostage by your wireless carrier for 2 years? What if you had no contract, no activation fees, no hidden costs, tracking, tracing, harvesting customer data, or draconian gimmicks? All on America's largest 4G LTE, GSM, and Sprint networks. Introducing Pix Wireless. Activate your Sprint, AT&T, or unlock GSM phones with Pix, and choose from an arsenal of monthly plans or build your own. Starting at only $2.99 per month. Get connected now. Call or click 1-866-205-9513 or PixWireless.com, spelled PIXWireless.com. Pick Pix and get connected today.
Are you happy washing your hands with harsh chemicals? Are you happy doing laundry with detergents? Are you happy paying high prices? Find your happiness with Pure Soap. These all-natural, earth-friendly Pure Soaps are the very best you've ever used. Buy in bulk. Get a 12, 36, or 48-month supply. Or get items individually and still save big. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. Earth-friendly and natural soaps. Your family deserves the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com. Why not put your money up the drain for a change? See them at 5starsoap.com or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog. Cal Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils. See their full selection of soaps at 5starsoap.com. That's F-I-V-E starsoap.com or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
Lifetime Graze 100% grass-fed beef has the health benefits you seek. When compared to conventional beef, it offers good fats while virtually eliminating the bad. That's the result of cattle who never eat grain, ever. Rich in antioxidants, including vitamin E, C, beta-carotene, and CLA. No artificial hormones, antibiotics, or other drugs. For all our fresh, non-cooked products with only 100% grass-fed beef, go to MidasResources.com. Use voucher code GCN to get 30% off your order. MidasResources.com or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, your host today, and I am interviewing Alex Theis, author and leader, trainer, speaker, and so much more. But before I go into that, I do want to let you know that you can always listen to the show again and again at your own time and share it with your friends and family as well by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com or to GCNlive.com. That's G for Genesis, C for Communication, and for Network. Live.com. Find my show, listen to the archives and podcasts. And also, you will find this file on my YouTube channel called The Naseema Omer Show, and I will put down the resources that Alex Theis has mentioned in the show here, and he will mention them again so you can find his podcast, his books, and more. Welcome back, Alex.
Yes, thank you, Naseema. It's again awesome to be here. I love the format of your show.
Yeah, I like to keep it light and fun and entertaining. I think that's one of the ways people learn and remember things so much easier. You know, it comes so much easier. You're not really working at trying to remember. And I'm so excited. I don't want to jump the gun here, but let's talk about our tip 8 that we had promised the audience we'd go into when we came back from break. And tip number 8 is learning to say no. And then we'll kind of dive into how your book is divided and into chapters or sections, I should say.
Yeah.
And learning to say no is very difficult. People may think it's easy to just say no. Hey, you can just say no. But when it comes down to it, take it over, Alex. What happens?
Well, what I've found is that there's this saying that time is money, and I disagree with it because you can make more money. You can never make more time. So your time is your most valuable resource. And saying no to the wrong things will give you time to do the right things. Saying no to the wrong people will give you the opportunity to meet the right people and say yes to the right people. This could be whether you're dating somebody. I mean, let's face it, a lot of people, including myself, at one point in time, had a relationship with somebody that didn't work out or it wasn't the right person. And by that situation ending and essentially saying no to it, it opened me up to find the right person who is my wife. But when it comes to whether it's your personal or professional life, I've found that people really struggle with saying no, especially around their time, because oftentimes it's someone they love. It's a family member. It's a friend who wants to spend an hour on the phone whining or complaining, bringing you down, and you don't want to say no to them. So I give some very practical ways to say no to people so you don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. You don't have to hurt people's feelings. But you can say no to people in a way to open yourself up to say yes to the right things, because I've found that we as humans almost always focus on our priorities. And for some people, their priority is watching television. So they build their life around it, which means their habits and routines are built around that priority. But all of us do that. So whatever you want to accomplish in your life, to be limitless, make sure you set those priorities, because that will control your routines and habits. And when you know your priorities and you let others know your priorities, it makes it much easier to say no to the wrong things. I'm a huge proponent of learning to say no because it's worked well in my life. And a lot of people that I've worked with who are great people and have amazing potential are really held back because they spend time doing the wrong things and they can't say the word no. It's easy to say yes. I've gotten more opportunities, got further in my life and career by learning to say no to the wrong things and standing up for myself. And again, you said it, you nailed it, Naseema. It is not easy, but when you learn it, I believe it'll take your leadership to the next level.
Right. I couldn't agree with you more. And that is so nice that you've got it as a tip in your book, because so often it's often an assumption that's made. It's like, hey, people, don't you know when to say no or when not to say no and stuff like that. And it's not that clean cut necessarily. You could be the best time manager in the world, time management principles, but then if you're focusing your tasks on the wrong things or things that you should have said no to, then it doesn't pay off in the end, does it?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And I hear that music. Do you like that music, Alex?
I do.
I do too. It's so amazing. I just stumbled upon it, and I always have to give Lindsay Sterling, recognition on this music piece. But stay tuned, and we'll learn about sections in the book next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the Internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Injury Help Desk is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of the lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention heartburn drug users. If you or a loved one has taken Nexium, Prevacid, or Prilosec to treat heartburn, acid reflux, or indigestion, and suffered serious kidney damage, chronic kidney disease, or kidney failure, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Studies from the JAMA Internal Medicine indicate a significant increased risk of acute and chronic kidney disease from taking proton pump inhibitors. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with kidney failure or chronic kidney disease after taking Nexium, Prevacid, or Prilosec to treat heartburn, acid reflux, or indigestion, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk now. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-225-8944. That's 800-225-8944. Again, 800-225-8944. Call now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to MyPillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's MyPillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, and I'm talking with Alex Theis today, author of a couple of books now and podcast as well. We're going to dive right in here because there's so much good information Alex has to share with all of us, and he's going to go over some things that we can actually take away right away. He's already gone over some great things that we've taken away in segment 1 and segment 2. That's section 1 and 2 of the radio program here. So, Alex, tell us, how did you design this book to be in 3 sections, or what do these sections represent?
I designed it in 3 sections. That actually came from the editor, my content editor. I have a great content editor she edited both my books. And for any of you out there, I think most of us in our lives have a couple books in us at least. And a lot of us, let's say 80% of us, have a goal to write a book someday. And I will tell you that if I can do it, anybody can. But when you do it, make sure you get a content editor who knows you and knows your target audience and knows what you're trying to accomplish, because it's like having another you, but with an outside point of view to really help you. So when I wrote the book and gave it to her and all of these tips, these 25 tips, she broke it down and said, I want to make it more digestible for the readers. So she wrote it in 3 sections, and I kind of adjusted it, but I think it flows very nicely. Section 1 is Limitless Leadership Starts With You. So it's about growing yourself, personal development, and growing your own leadership tips to grow more confidence, little things that have worked for me, like practicing gratitude, which I think is the second most powerful force in the world next to love, taking time to unplug, learning to say no, like you just talked about, or we just talked about, Naseema. And then section 2, Limitless Leaders Invest in People. And this is one of the things that I learned a long time ago, is that leadership is attainable because anybody can encourage anybody. Anybody could be a better listener. Anybody can empower other people. And that's what this section focuses on, investing yourself in other people. And this is where you can lead in any area of your life by being that encourager, appreciating people, listening to people, working with the right people. So that's investing in people. And then section 3, Limitless Leaders Go All Out. This is where I challenge people to step up their leadership. I think we grow when we face challenges. A muscle doesn't grow without resistance, right? A muscle grows when you lift weights, it breaks down the muscle, and then it comes back stronger. I think the same thing happens with us. So I challenge the readers to stop settling in their life. Be bold. Add value to every situation. Show up 100% in their relationships. Work on their speaking skills. Learn to smile more. That's the 3rd section. Limitless Leaders Go All Out. So it's 3 sections, but again, like you did, something caught your eye, Naseema, learn to say no. You can jump right to a chapter without reading, or a tip without reading any other tips or chapters, and you'll be just fine. So this is a reference guide that you can use the rest of your life. Some of the chapters or tips may not apply to you right now. Maybe you're not a parent yet, or maybe you're not the boss, or maybe you're not married yet, but then all of a sudden you have a life change. Right. You're going to pick up this book off your bookshelf and say, you know what, I didn't read this chapter before, but now it applies to my life. So everything I do, Naseema, always includes practical application, meaning you read a chapter, you're going to be able to apply it to your life right then. Not think about it, not plan about it, but you're going to be able to go take action and get results right then.
I like it. I like the way you've designed and fashioned it. And, I saw just little snippets of it online here. And I like it because it's easy to read and follow. That's such an important element too, right? In addition to being able to just pick up the tip you want to focus on and read on and use and apply and use it like a reference book, kind of like a PDR that a doctor would use, right?
Exactly.
Right. And so I like that. I like that style. And plus, it's not like a humongous big fat book. It's a paperback, and it's very, it's very average size book and easy to read. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to get my hands on a copy here that should be on its way, actually, in the mail.
Yeah, you know what? If there's a way, Naseema, like I said, I told you during the break, next week there'll be a signed copy coming to you. I'd love to give a signed copy to one of your listeners. So however you decide that, you let me know who that is, and I will happily, in the next 2 weeks, send a personalized signed copy out to one of your listeners as a thank you for being on the show, and as a thank you to all your listeners who are, loyal to the Naseema Omer Show. So you just let me know who that is.
Oh, I will.
You want to give that away, and we'll do that.
Yep, I will. In fact, let me do that right now. So listeners, you heard Alex Theis giving a wonderful personalized copy of his book to one of you listeners. So to be the one to win that, why don't you send me a note through my website, NaseemaOmer.com, after you've listened to this show or re-listened to the archive file, and tell me what was your favorite part of the show today. And we will put that in a drawing bowl, and I will pick the lucky winner out and let Alex Theis know that. How does that sound, Alex?
That sounds great. I'm excited. I love to get the book in people's hands, so I'd love to give somebody a signed copy.
Excellent, excellent. So, now you mentioned that there are some exercises, and I'm curious to know what these exercises are that you've kind of included in your book here.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd like to actually walk your audience through one.
Yeah,
one that's worked really well for me. So
let's do it.
What I know about leadership, that people look at good listeners as leaders, and people gravitate to good listeners. And I learned early on in my marriage that oftentimes I'm a solutions person. My wife would bring me problems, or she'd want to talk about things that weren't going well, or talk about her day, and there were little challenges in her day. And I would always offer solutions. And it took me a little while to learn it, but once I learned it, I got it. She didn't always want solutions. She just wanted me to listen to her. And so as I went through business, and I started to really watch leaders that people liked, leaders that got results from their people, not just by shaking a stick, but people who really wanted to work with these people. They followed these bosses wherever they went because they loved working with them, or these leaders. And you see it in government, you see it in professions, you see it in churches. When there's a great leader, people follow people. So I thought, what do they have? And the one thing that always sets them apart is they're a great listener. I said, so how do I become a better listener? So I was taught this exercise, and now I teach it to just about everybody I know because it's worked so well for me. And it's so simple, and I promise you it'll work. If you practice this every day, it will work for you like nothing else. It'll be amazing in your life, and you will have people tell you, like they tell me, Alex, you're such a good listener. I just love talking with you. And oftentimes I don't even say a word. Here's the lesson. Here's the quick exercise. Whenever you're talking to somebody, whenever they're talking to you, you're in a conversation and they're talking, all you have to do is wait 5 seconds after they're done talking to speak. Here's what that does. So if Naseema's talking to me, and let's say we're having coffee and she's telling me a great story about her trip to San Diego, and then she stops talking, I just wait 5 seconds. And what that does is that gives Naseema the opportunity to continue if she wants. It keeps me from wanting to talk over her, because oftentimes what I've found is that we are thinking of the next thing to say while the other person is talking, so we don't truly listen. By waiting 5 seconds, you force yourself to really listen. That 5 seconds also gives you an opportunity to look into that person's eyes when they're done speaking. It acknowledges them. It really hits their soul and says, wow, this person is listening to me. And around the office where I work and some people that I know, Naseema, I'm kind of famous for when people get to know me and I don't speak for a few seconds after they talk, they look at me weird. And one of my friends, or somebody like, Dave Brisky is someone we both know, they'll say, that's just Alex. He waits for everybody after they're done speaking. It's just something he does. You got to get used to it, but we should all do it. So
yeah, but in addition to that, I think it just gives what's the word I'm looking for? It just gives impression of a very refined person, right? Very like in control, composed person when you do that, like when you do your 5-second wait, right? To the other person. It's like, you're paying attention, you're taking the time, and you're not making that other person feel rushed.
You're exactly right. What I've found by waiting is when they finish speaking, I often get drawn into them, and I actually physically move a little closer to them. I look in their eyes. My body language is very open because really it forced me to listen to them and listen to them completely. And it allows them to keep speaking. And I've found many times, especially with my daughter or my wife, is they will keep talking. And they feel really good after the conversation. even though I may not say much, but in business especially, I have found that this has worked really well. You know, I run some pretty significant sales teams, significant with results.
Right.
And I need them to listen to me because my training works for them. But in order for them to listen to me, I have to respect them. And to do that, I have to listen to them and find out what they're really about and how they operate and what their needs are. So I want them to know I truly care about them, and I want to be a better listener, because I'll tell you, Naseema, for much of my life, I don't think I was a very good listener. So this little exercise has dramatically changed my relationships and my life.
Yeah,
I know it sounds so simple, but it really works.
Right. And many of us, me including, had to work on listening, and I continue to learn on listening because it's just so natural. We're like in a hurry. We want to talk. We know we want to complete the sentence for the other person too many times. And, you know, we need to kind of just step back and wait. But now, do you have a tip for a person who keeps going on and on and on and on? Then you have to kind of step in and kind of deviate that conversation a little bit, huh?
Yes. You know, again, sometimes people want to talk and they don't really want solutions. There's a difference, though, if somebody's just talking, especially it's different if they're going on and on, telling you a really good story because they're excited.
Mm-hmm.
They're excited about their life. Like if you were going on and on about your trip to San Diego, I think that's great. Mm-hmm. But if you were complaining, I think as leaders we have an obligation. Mm-hmm. If you were complaining about your life, Naseema, that I would step in and say, hey, let's focus on some solutions here. Or tell me something that's going right.
Right.
Tell me something that's going really well with your life, because I'd rather hear that than complain.
Right. Excellent. Stay tuned. We have one more section. You want to hear this last piece. It's a whole recap with resources and an offer of a personalized book.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-615-7709. That's 800-615-7709. 800-615-7709.
Good day, America. Are you tired of your butt cheeks being frozen? Tired of cold hands or cold feet? I'm tired of the cold. Well, there's a new kid on the block. It's Fortress Clothing. Fortress will keep you warm. Fortress does what no other clothing company has ever done. We keep you warm in the cold, even when wet. You heard that right, even when wet. No BS, no gimmicks. Work, play, sweat in the cold, and stay warm. So quit your complaining and go to FortressClothing.com. FortressClothing.com, enter coupon code AMERICA and get 20% off any item. Mittens, jackets, pants, balaclavas, or hot socks. FortressClothing.com, enter coupon code AMERICA. You're going to love being warm all winter long. FortressClothing.com.
Will the government protect your family from Iran and North Korea's newest weapon, EMP? We buy guns to protect ourselves, home, health, and car insurance for accidents. Maybe you also have food storage. But how would you keep your refrigerator running in a long-term EMP blackout? Using tested military designs, the Solarc EMP-hardened solar generator protects and powers your critical appliances for years without burying items underground or wrapping them in aluminum foil. Unlike other preps, Solarc is used every day to help help offset your electric bill automatically. Visit PortableSolarLLC.com to learn how easily expandable the system is. Solarc is the most affordable and powerful solution on the market. The whole system even fits in the back of a pickup or SUV and can install in less than an hour. See for yourself why Solarc beats other off-grid systems at PortableSolarLLC.com. Don't wait for the government. Go to PortableSolarLLC.com to learn why Solarc is energy insurance for your family.
This is Ben Gordon, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. There's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-290-8480. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-290-8480. That's 1-800-290-8480.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the U.S. or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
To the Naseema Omer Show. Do enjoy the archive and podcast files by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com or to GCNlive.com. Now remember, today we have a contest as well. Alex Theis, who I'm talking with today, who is sharing a wealth of information here on his book, Limitless Leaders, is going to send a personalized book to one lucky listener. And in order to be that lucky listener, what you need to do is send me an email by going to NaseemaOmer.com or get a hold of me through GCNlive.com and tell me what was your favorite part of today's show. What did you enjoy the most or learn or benefit the most from? And then I will put your name into a little fish bowl without the fish and without the water in it, of course, and then draw out the lucky winner at the end, probably by the end of next week. And then give that name to Alex. Welcome back, Alex. I have learned so much just by what you've shared here on tips and listening. And as I said, I'm always learning or strive. I love personal enrichment, and we all love reminders. At least I do. Not everyone thinks the same way I do, but just from what you've shared today, I've just taken away so much already. And so please do tell us, whatever you'd like to wrap up the thoughts with. If I haven't asked you a question and you want to share something, and let's pass out those resources again for your book and your podcast and more.
Definitely. Well, Naseema, it's been awesome being on this show. I love the way you are a great listener. You're asking great questions. You just have this very soothing way of having a conversation with people. So I'm very happy to be giving a book to your listeners. I'm very grateful to be on the show today. I'll share one piece. I've given you some great exercises today. There's dozens more in the book that will really help you. But a few years ago, I was in a rut, and I'm sure some of your listeners have been in a rut in their life and just didn't feel like things were going their way, or things could be better, or maybe they just didn't feel, awake to the world. And there's a section on gratitude in here that takes you through the exercise that transformed my marriage at a time when it just wasn't very zesty. It just wasn't very exciting. Not from my point of view, but I just don't think I was being a very good husband. I don't think I was a very fun father at the time. I wasn't meeting my capabilities or potential. And I was introduced to gratitude by a mentor and how to use gratitude in my life to shift my thinking and to look at the world differently. And it led me to start seeing things I've never seen before, because here's what I know, and this is in the book. If you look for what's wrong in your relationships and people in the world, you'll find it. But if you look for what's right with your relationships, with people, with your friends, with your kids, with your wife, with your husband, with the world, if you look for what's right, I guarantee you're going to find that too. And looking at what's right with my wife, because let's face it, if she looks at me and just looks for the wrong, she's going to find wrong things and things she doesn't like. But I found by looking for what's right and seeing the best, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
So that really helped me. And so
it's kind of like, I'm sorry, I just talked over you there, but it's kind of like focus on the positive, right? Focus on the positive.
It's a simple principle, and it's easy to say, but I actually give you exercises that will get you in the habit of finding what's right with the world. I mean, I got it honed in or so sharp in my life that I would stop at a stoplight, and I'd be grateful for the red light. And I'd be grateful if it lasted longer than I thought it was, because I would look around and see trees and people and different cars and things I'd never seen before that were there the whole time, but I just wasn't open to them and wasn't looking for what was right with the world. And so that anytime I slip back into a rut, I know I have to tap into the power of gratitude, and I go right back to this exercise, and I can go back and look at journals that I've done. And I'm not a journal guy, but I give you practical exercises that will help you with your gratitude. So Naseema, the book can be found on Amazon. If you just go and look for my name, Alex Theis, AlexTheis, go to Amazon. You'll find it there. Kindle and paperback. And then also, my podcast can be found on iTunes or podcastlimitless.com. Podcastlimitless.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much and sharing with us today. And thank you to all the listeners. And do look for the YouTube file on my channel, and I will have captions in there with these resources as well. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. And I'll catch you in San Diego, Alex, if it works out. We'll have a cup of coffee, or better yet, a glass of wine.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys are clear.
I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
Is there a stock market bubble in the making? You need an early warning system for your investments because you work too hard to be surprised by your money. Now, guarding your wealth has never been easier. Introducing WealthGuard from OnTheMarkMoney.com, an early warning system that tracks all your accounts. WealthGuard lets you know in advance if your accounts are dropping. It works for all accounts, whether you work with us or not. Get WealthGuard today, 100% free. Go to OnTheMarkMoney.com. That's OnTheMarkMoney.com.
Attention citizens, this man has received national attention for accurately predicting every major financial trend, including the market crash of 2008. His name is Harry Dent, and in his newly released book, he is making even bigger and bolder predictions that have the potential to devastate the world economy and your personal wealth. You can get a free copy of Harry Dent's bestseller, The Sale of a Lifetime, containing never-before published information by simply visiting www.saleofalifetime.com/free book. Again, that's saleofalifetime.com/free book.